All things considered, Apex has done well for itself. It's the 5th most played game on Steam right now, and when it released, it broke records, but lately it's been declining, and a little game company wants to make a game that literally copies Apex and aims to take the players away that are fed up with Apex. And this game company is Ubisoft. If you're not aware, yesterday, Insider Gaming released an article that revealed Ubisoft is working on a project under the project's name Scout that's so heavily inspired by Apex Legends that Apex was once used as the thumbnail for the project. And it essentially seems like they're trying to copy Apex, let's just be honest with ourselves. And to me, it looks like it's beyond just taking inspiration from Apex. It almost seems like they're copying Apex with the intention to steal Apex's players. And there's actually something that backs up this sentiment, because apparently one of the sources within Ubisoft told Insider Gaming, I think the goal is to capitalize on the player count of Apex dropping because Ubisoft seem to think there's room in the market for another hero battle royale. My mind is absolutely blown by Ubisoft. They're living on a different planet, and by that I mean they're from France. If you guys are still skeptical that the aim of this project is to literally copy Apex and steal its players, the report also details that this battle royale has been in development for a couple of years and will feature very similar characters to Apex, including a spin on Pathfinder, a spin on Wraith, and a spin on Lifeline, as well as other characters from the game. Now, immediately when this report surfaced, everybody started clowning Ubisoft. It's like they have no idea what people want, and they also have a very bad reputation for live service games. If you're not aware, a few years ago, they had their own battle royale called Hyperscape. People loved it, but they neglected it, didn't take care of it, and eventually shut Hyperscape down. Hyperscape was very unique. There was a genuine fan base, and people still comment about it on my videos today, but Ubisoft shut it down. They also recently had Defiant, which was a Call of Duty copy through and through. It was clear they were trying to copy Call of Duty. They tried to do everything Call of Duty couldn't, and then the game recently shut down. In fact, before Defiant shut down, I tweeted this, and then about 2 months later, Defiant shut down. And I think Ubisoft are misunderstanding why people play Apex. We don't play Apex because it's a hero shooter, or just because it's a battle royale. We play it because the base gameplay is so good, or at least this applies to a lot of the player base. When we get down to it, no game has the movement like Apex. No game has the gunplay like Apex. No game feels like Apex. I hardly play any other live service games apart from Apex, because Apex is the only one I truly enjoy. The only other live service game I've really enjoyed is probably GTA 5 or CS2, and those are once again known for their unique and pretty good gameplay. And I think Ubisoft believing that they can swoop in and steal Apex's player base without truly understanding clearly why Apex is great just kind of shows the straws that are being grasped over there. And I may sound like a Ubisoft hater, and I think these days I am, because their new projects just haven't been very good, but the childhood games I grew up with, like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Splinter Cell Conviction, Rainbow Six Vegas 2, were some of my favourite games ever, and I still hold a special place in my heart. But these days, Ubisoft is out of touch of what people want, I believe. And cynically, I think they're foolish to try to copy Apex to steal its player base, although I would kind of hope Respawn sees this and realizes that they have to make Apex's player base want to stick to the game, because if meaningful competition does come, I feel like a game could steal a decent chunk of the fan base from Apex. Regardless of all of that, because this game is trying to be an Apex killer through and through, I will probably play it when it comes out to see what's going on and give it a fair shot, but this news was received so badly. And I think the gaming industry is kind of realizing Apex is a great game that's just not been treated the best by its developers, because recently Marathon did get some gameplay, and this game is awfully like Apex Legends, to the point where the people who playtested it, the big creators that were flown into Bungie HQ to playtest it, said it's most comparable to Apex, and even some of the characters are Apex characters through and through. So maybe if Marathon sees good success, it could be actual competition to Apex Legends. In all honesty, Marathon did contact me and send me some merch out, and also offered me some alpha keys to give away, so maybe they are scouting Apex creators as well, because the game is comparable to that, although I don't really know. Marathon is going to be an extraction shooter, so naturally it's going to be kind of similar to Apex, because battle royales and extraction shooters are probably the most similar genres to each other, because teams go into a map, loot, and then fight to win. For example, in Marathon we have Blackbird, who does scans like Bloodhound. We also have Glitch, who does a stim like Octane. We have Locus, who has shoulder-mounted missile pods, which are playtested compared to Valk. And we have Void, who has an active camo. Although, to be fair, Marathon isn't really copying Apex, but it's definitely heavily inspired. I mean, the healing system to me just screams Apex, but inspiring and copying are two different things. And I don't know how Ubisoft haven't realized that copying just doesn't really work. Like, XDefiant was meant to be a COD killer. You can see from the gameplay it was meant to be a COD killer. It was kind of marketed towards COD fans of what COD could be without SBMM and stuff. But it failed, and the roots of your game should not be to copy another game straight up. Copying doesn't work. But let's entertain the idea. Could this be an Apex killer? Well, let's take a look at Apex's player base, which is a metric Ubisoft are looking at because it does seem to be declining. And honestly, Apex's player base has been declining. In fact, from season 20 to 23, every single season lost a huge chunk of players instead of gaining players until this season. Season 24 was the first season in a very long time where the player base did not immediately drop. And also, to be fair, to its credit, season 24 has been doing really well. The player base hasn't dropped a massive amount at all, and it's been pretty well maintained. This is most likely to do with the free stuff on offer this season, like the 20 free packs that are available every so often, and also because the season has had good content in my opinion. I know it's had annoying milestone events, which I have literally complained about to Respawn developers, by the way. I had the chance to talk to Respawn developers and I complained to their faces about milestone events, but other than the milestone events, this season has been pretty good. And honestly, from monitoring my comments, people are very happy with this season, happier than they were in previous seasons. And me personally, this is my most played season in 2 whole years. So if Respawn keep up the pace and do an exciting season next season, maybe we could see an actual decent growth within the players. The game is very likely to see that, honestly. The player base is looking tight, it's looking adhered, and the new season's only 20 days away. So I think if the new season gives us what we want, maybe a new map update and definitely a new legend, it's about time. The player base will see a jump. I think Respawn just need to respect the player base and also listen to them, which, once again, to their credit, they've been doing a lot. They've been communicating, they've been listening to feedback, they've been balancing the game more often than mid-season updates. It's been really good. So I am confident we will probably see a spike in players next season. And if Respawn keep that pace up, the player base probably won't want to leave for a new Battle Royale hero shooter that copies Apex, and especially a Ubisoft one. And I know I've been harsh on Ubisoft, and if a Ubisoft developer is watching, you know, I apologise, but it is how I feel towards the company. At the end of the day, I've been playing the new Ubisoft releases. They're just not good, they're not what they used to be. And especially as somebody who literally grew up with about 20% of my whole game library being Ubisoft on Xbox 360, I feel pretty confident I can give this opinion. I do wish Ubisoft success in the future, especially with Siege X. It would be great to see that game get better and also the fans enjoy the game more. But I don't think you're going to see success in copying, guys. Just why? I mean, it's not even copying it in the aspect of, oh, let's copy this feature and let's copy this feature. The report doesn't lie to the intentions of the project, but we'll have to see how the project pans out. But would you guys consider moving to Project Scout away from Apex? What could Apex do better?